some people, my name is Timmy Dakuro, and you are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned. Elegbete TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead.
For the love,
This
the
is
heart, the
radio
love,
like
the
you never
smile.
heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
Let's go. All right, good morning and welcome to the Spurs Buffet, the Friday edition on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew. So going to love to come in Elegbete Sport. A little bit of noise in the neighborhood. There's maintenance. We're doing a whole turnaround maintenance on the property. So you got to hear some noise here and there. But let's get the show started. There's nothing stopping us from getting the show going. Yeah, I'm going to read some messages from my DM today. It's Friday, and we're back to Friday where you can ask any question, push us outside of sports, bring us back into sports, football especially, and talk about games that are coming up in the weekend. Whatever you ask, I will try as much as possible to answer. Good morning, my sister. How are you? Carol. Oh, that's like Yoruba. Yes, asking money for Yoruba. Okay. And good morning is good morning for Germany. Yeah, I should know that one. I was in Germany for some time. I did my training in ISB in Hamburg, so I should know that one. Danke. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Yeah, we. So, my French is not good. I wanted to say enchanté, mademoiselle. But my French is not. My French is not coordinated. My French is all over the place. My French is like Harry Maguire. It's all over the place. We could do more harm than good. So I try not to do French before I go and do something that will damage me now, put me in a hot soup. Like this is digital, this is online. People they say the internet don't forget, and it doesn't forgive as well. And the internet can also misquote you. Okay, 69 Logistics, thank you for joining us as well. And every other person who's joined us, good morning to you. Let me sound like my Indian friend. I have a new Indian friend, Najim. I have a new Indian friend. Guy just reached out to me and we got talking and talking and talking and talking. He's into tech. That guy is into tech and it's just funny. Like he keep watching, he's always watching my video and he comes, Mr. Duffy, that's the name. I say yes. And he lives in the US, but it sounds like he's in Mumbai. Ajay, how you doing? I know you're going to watch this video later and you're going to laugh, but that's how you sound anyway. Mr. Duffy. Okay, so how you doing, guys? Let's hit the news. There's plenty of news to look through. There's transfer rumors to look through. There's a whole lot. And my first question is, have you ever done something like think about this carefully? Have you ever done something and then you had to lie on somebody else? Maybe at home, in the office, and all that. And I'm probably at the end of the show will explain why that is. Have you ever done something that you have to lie? Please share your experience with us. If it's a recent one that will get into trouble, don't share it. Please don't share it. I'm not here to get anybody into trouble. I'm here to just have fun. Okay, but I mean, we all have that moment now where not me, just point finger on somebody else, but you're the one. Or it could be that you messed in the bus, you farted in the plane. I've never been inside a plane. I don't know. Do people fart in plane? Because I've never been in a plane where I'm perceiving mess like fat. Fat makes it look like ice cream, makes it look beautiful. Let's call it what we know how to call it, mess. Okay. Have you ever messed in a bus or in a plane and then everybody's like, and you two, you're trying, what's my, and you know it's you, but you're pretending like it's not you. But then again, I was thinking about that the other day, and I said, what if as you're farting or as you're messing, somebody else is messing, and then, everybody's just mesomania. Okay, it's a Mesomania in the plane or in the bus. Who's really responsible for the one that is smelly, that is killing everybody? Nobody will know. Okay, Messi does not have a DNA now. Does Messi have DNA? Okay, well, let's come back to football. Let's leave Messi at the leads. I'm just looking for something that will make the weekend fun. There's too we talk too much football, we've done too much football, travel around Nigeria, football, everyday football, everyday football. You know, now let's get out of it a little bit. Okay, and then again, another question that I like to ask. Have you ever eaten maybe your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife? Okay, wife is different. Have you ever eaten somebody's food that you know the food is rubbish, but you decided that let me just be nice and the food is very sweet. Thank you very much. Nice cooking. How do you tell people that their food, their cooking is bad? How? Yes, we're going to talk football, but I just need all this extra conversation. How do you tell people that their cooking is bad? How do you tell somebody that you have mouth odor or you have body odor, you know, and all of that? So, but for me, if you know me, you know me. All the people who know me will tell you. If you have body odor, I tell you, hey, you have body odor, please stay away from me. I'm out of hey, shit, stay your corner. Let me stay in my corner, please. Darkness and light have nothing to come in common. Yes, do not be unequally yoked with body odor, mouth odor. I'll do that. That's what I'll do. But why do you guys do it? You know, you guys are very matured. I'm not a matured person. I'm a very, amateur, very small boy. I refuse to grow up. Okay, because you guys are like play the big man. Like the other day, when I said I don't forgive, yeah, you're not matured. Yeah, I don't forgive. And I'm very proud of it. It's who I am. I'm not planning to change. This is not one of the part of me that I'll change. Forgiving people is how you get killed. Okay, when people hurt you and you forgive them and you give them a chance in your life, okay. And even if I'm not going to give you a chance, I will not forgive you. You will know that I'm not forgiving you. So just do your day, let me do my day. But hey, all these ones, let's get talking. Let's get the feeling. Okay. Oluyem, she said, I did this in Ghana when they offered me rice and stew. Uncle E had to lie to my host that it was very sweet and even better than Lagos own. Whereas now being he end up in Jesus Christ. My sister spoiled it. You know where she spoiled it. Okay, saying that it's sweet and all that and putting it in dustbin, it's not a problem. To now go and say that it's better than Lagos rice. Oh boy, you throw the entire Lagos under the bus, and that same food ended in dustbin. Lawman of Ghana carried the food. He said the rice tasted like rubber and was just shiny like something. And some people shout. So let me share my experience with you. So I come from a home that cooking is excellence. Like cooking is top of the line. And if you grew up in Warri, you know that stew is dry stew. Dry stew is because I don't know if you guys know what dry stew is. Dry stew, right? Where you fry everything, you can start it from the meat. When you go to the market if it is beef, we hardly cook goat meat stew anymore when I was growing up. Goat meat was maybe for jollof rice when you fry it, or for pepper soup, kudu. I don't know if you guys know what kudu is, but see today we'll go talk sports. But let's get in on all these side conversation because this is the only time I get to really talk to you guys. Hey, Johnny Gaffa, salute. You're back. You've gone around. You're traveling. Is it? I decided not to bother you or check you or even send you a WhatsApp message because I feel like okay, this guy is traveling right now. Let me give him time. I don't like jumping into people's private time. Like when they're on vacation. If somebody tells me I'm going on vacation, I will never check up on the person. Not because I don't want to, but I just think that when people make up their mind that they're going on vacation, they want to be away from the regular. They want to do something different. And if you keep popping up every time, you're bringing them back to what they are vacationing away from. And I try to stay away from that. But let me continue the story. So I grew up, meat. I go to Igudu market or Makaiva market, or you buy meat. And you buy my mom does not like the part where you have fat. So it's meat, like meat. That's one that you can be trading. I don't know if you know those meats that you buy like this when you're small. And please guys, don't be forming a jabo. Let's go down to the ghetto where we all grew up from. And I know that not everybody is a ghetto person. Like Johnny Gafara is born Ajabota. Mayowa Michael Ajabota. Lord Mayor Ajabota. Even Oluyems, my sister is an Ajabo, you understand? But some of us are really Paco. So let's talk about our Paco-ness now. So when you've done, preparing the stew, the beef. Let's go to beef first. What's that thing you call it? You cook the meat with onion, pepper, thyme, curry, maggi. No, you don't put curry, thyme, don't put curry, meat, thyme, and everything. And it's even the meat stock you can use it to. Did anybody use meat stock to soak gari back in the day growing up? I did a lot, like it was a regular thing. Or use it to eat bread. Take the meat stock, put it in a plate, and touch it with bread and eat it. Yeah, I know that some of you are doing yuck, disgusting, like my son. Yeah, but that's my story. Today we're going to have all this conversation. I know where we stand. So then you fry the meat and you put it in one plate. That plate is the basket of temptation. If you grow up in my kind of house, my mom would fry that thing and just put it up there and then just be sashaying around like she's dancing to Spanish music and she just be walking. My mom have low center of gravity like Messi. She's not that tall. I'm taller than my mom. So like she's just there sashaying around, but she can give you slap faster than Serena Williams said. If you go and touch that meat, you are dead. They will preach one entire sermon on your head if you touch that meat about stealing, about bad character, about how you will not go up and become a thief and embarrass the family name. That's a long one. So when they finish frying the stew, they put the granite oil. The pepper, they go and grind it in grinding. Okay, we used to use grinding stone, and I was the victim. I was the child labor that they were using to grind the pepper. I would grind it down on my knee, grind the pepper, grind the tomato, then chop the onion very, very dicey small. So they fry it. They put granite oil in fire, put onion. Before even that, they put it in a pot and they'll not steam the water out of it. It will not dry, cocoa. When they do all of that, now the frying of the stew, I'm going somewhere with this story because of bad food that we praise. They'll not put the onion, that shuri that sends the message to the whole neighborhood that this family salary have entered. The shuri like that, and then you'll not put the pepper, doesn't do shuri, when you get past that, then you not put it tomato and then you not fry it dry, and then you not put in tomato. You always be Derricka back in the day. And that time, another stove, they're boiling the rice, and it's Uncle Ben's. And Uncle Ben's, there's Uncle Ben's, Uncle Sam, right? Uncle Ben's will always smell in the neighborhood, like the aroma will go around the neighborhood, and they know that okay, salary don't enter, they're cooking good rice. If there's no salary, it's Ekpoma rice. Ekpoma rice is the one that you select for 2 weeks before you eat it, and it will still be stoned. I know those of you who grew up in my kind of lifestyle, you know what I'm saying. But if you don't grow up in my lifestyle, some of you call it Abakaliki rice, but for us in Warri it was Ekpoma rice, right? No matter how you select it, there's still one big rock of ages cleft for me that will meet you at the point of your teeth. So when you done cooking that thing, it's just a small one on top of it is enough to go. The granite will be on the top, the stew, tomato will be down, the meat, everything will be set in kung fu like Bruce Lee. They'll just be there. So I now traveled, and me, I'm a traveler, play football, travel. And I decided one time to come and relocate. When I decided to come settle down in Lagos, okay. So I now went to go and eat outside. And this time I did not cook at home. And I went, put rice, put beans. First off, so the way we cook beans in Warri is different. White beans, very, very soft. They put a cow inside, it is mashed. It's very, very soft. Like it melts in your mouth like ice cream. Then I went, now all the beans, they look like they are military men on parade. They are on this discombobulated and disoriented parade. They were just rolling. The beans were rolling stone. They were not beans. They were brand. They were rolling stone. And it was in Abalede. And then there was plantain. The plantain looked like people that were suffering, like kwashoko plantain that they were dealing with burnt offerings issues, but they were having like malnourishment issues, kwashoko issues. But I was hungry. I put it. Then I put the stew. The stew be like water, but with a put color. I said, what kind of stew? You say this? See, this thing entered my head well, and I heard it well. It was like that thing that they said in the scripture. Say, once it was spoken, twice have I heard. All power belongs to God. He said, "It's Omi Obe." Whoever invented that food, your fire, they wait for you. It's Omi Obe. The fish is not fried. The meat is not fried. Me, hey, that's not gonna that film my Christiana for book. It was ridiculous. It was like for me, it was like the craziest thing ever. The craziest. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it felt for me. That's how like my whole life. I don't feel time. I just take like 2 spoons. I just pay. I go house. I went, from Obaling as I was going, I bought scubia, I status fish, bought meat, bought tomato. I went home and I went back into train up a child in the way he should go, that when he's old, he will not depart from it. I went back into the kitchen and I did my cooking, cook a very big pot of stew. And I look at it and I said to myself, hey, essay, never put your destiny in the hands of public people anymore. So that's one situation with my encounter with Stu. So then this is my story, but I need you guys to share your story while we're talking sports. And let's have fun. Okay, it's Friday. It's Friday. Before we meet again on the show, it's gonna be on Monday. Let's share some very beautiful story. I've got more stories to share for you. This is just my encounter with food in Lagos, and you can talk about another thing. Take. Okay, that one I think the shop where we're going. That one is different. That one is top of the line. But see, I'm sorry to sue, but apart from Amala Bakery, the western part of Nigeria, una no sabi cook. That's my opinion. And you guys can hate me for this, but it's just the truth. You guys don't know how to cook food. Food. You are food. He's not entering at all. You people should learn how to cook. Okay, let me give you some sporting story. Why you share your own with me? I shared my own with you. I've shared my truth. You guys share your truth. Okay, let's start with this. Leicester City from 2016 champions to shambles of 2023. No plan for life after Brendan Rodgers' dire recruitment and treating 95 million pounds training base like a holiday camp. You see that scripture in the Bible. I was looking at my son the other day and I was saying, all this hard work while they work, what if my children don't like this thing? Who's going to inherit it? Well, and then the Lord spoke to me, my Mendula of Bloganta. He said to me, I said, when that time comes, you sell the business. There's nothing wrong with it. Sell it, put the money in the bank, and do give away till you die. And I think that made sense to me. But I'm just saying this out there because Leicester is suffering because the real owner who was passionate about football died, and the son came in and was just carrying his friends. Crazy rich Asians was coming. Let's go to Leicester. Let's go and groove. The work, the foundation that the father had laid was keeping them going. But then again, the son, all those people who have money and they will say things like, I don't want my son to suffer the suffer that I suffer. Why is the suffer that you suffer that brought you here? Why don't you want your son to suffer? I don't want my son to go through what I went through. No, me, I always tell my son, I like for you to go through what I went through. Okay? I like for you to survive the way I survived. I like for you to be smart, to be strong. Yes, we obviously are not of the same generation. I'm not going to tie you and flog you with wire. I'm not your stepdad. I am your father. I'm not sure my father would have done that to me. I'm not going to give you a big scar on the face like this. If you come 15th class, they don't even come 15th class anymore. They just pass everybody. But I'm not going to make life so easy for you that you do not understand that it is the struggle that make the greatness and the success. So Leicester City owner created a very easy life for his son, and his son is now shipwrecking the club. Okay, the spectacle of James Maddison attempting on Twitter to clarify a post match interview summed up the sorry state of Leicester City's season after yet another pitiful display and defeat at Fulham, where Leicester lost 5-3 to slip 2 points adrift of safety with 3 games remaining. Maddison said with typical candor that Leicester had not been hungry enough to want to win the game. Few could deny that, and Maddison did not seek to exclude himself from blame. That did not stop the inevitable social media pile on. Okay, though, and instead of stepping away from the phone, the England midfielder went on for another goal. What is wrong with social media? Say one thing in an interview straight away, straight after a game, and it gets taken way out of context. He wrote on Twitter, when I say not hungry enough, I mean aggressive on the front foot in duels, not as wanting to win or realizing the importance of the game. Well, that's for Leicester to talk about. We could talk about it as we go, but let me just give you the stories as they go and add my own finesse to the story. Manchester United are still in their red devils or black devils or confused devil conundrum. They're still confused, they're still struggling. And I'm going to give you the implication of that, but let me just give you the story first. Manchester United faced a chaotic summer with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. This man is about to make me eat humble pie. I said that this guy can never buy a club in England, but hey, he's about to make me eat humble pie. But then, Manchester United fans, you guys know that it's not going to be easy. This is same of the same. One Glazer gone, another Glazer come in a different name. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's like Jonathan go, Buhari comes. Nigerians are still going to suffer. Awaiting official takeover bid confirmation and any ratification potentially spilling over into June, hindering a swoop for Spurs Harry Kane. While Sir Jim Ratcliffe have been identified as the preferred bidder to buy the club from the Glazer family, okay, he has not yet received the green light, and as much, the club finds itself marooned as the summer fast approaches. It is widely recognized by those within football that this summer is a significant one for United, with Erik Ten Hag still left with much to do to shape his squad in the way he envisages it. Okay, the report claims that this uncertainty surrounding the takeover could scupper the club's aim to sign Harry Kane this summer, with the Tottenham forward said to be among their top target. I'm going to come back to that story, but let me just give you all the story. Well, N'Golo Kante, knowing fully well, okay, let me never say that. N'Golo Kante is ready to sink or swim with Chelsea as he shuns FC Barcelona and Arsenal trying to reach out to him to say, come, let's give you hope. Well, I don't want him to come to Arsenal. I don't want. He's a good player. He's had a great game. He's a football legend. But let that legend end with Chelsea. Please don't come to Arsenal. Okay, it's an exciting project for the club. N'Golo Kante hints he will sign a new contract at Chelsea as the France midfielder looks set to commit his future to the Blues despite interest from Barcelona and Arsenal. The 31-year-old's contract expires at the end of the season, prompting reported interest from top European clubs, including Barcelona and Arsenal. The defensive midfielder is expected to sign a 2-year deal until 2025 with Chelsea, having an option to extend the contract for a further year. Kante has been a crucial part of Chelsea's first team since arriving from Leicester for 32 million, the best 32 million pounds ever spent in football history. In 2016, he has helped the Blues to the Premier League title, the Champions League trophy during a 7-year stint at Stamford Bridge. So far, I think he was part of the Europa winning team, if I'm not mistaken. Tottenham are confident they are unlikely to face competition for Julian Nagelsmann this summer as they continue their managerial search, but the German wants assurances over the level of control he will have before making a decision on his future. Okay, there is confidence at Tottenham that they are unlikely to face anybody opposing the signing of Julian Nagelsmann. After all, nobody is out there looking to sign that man. Let's go to Saudi Arabia and break this down a little bit. Who are the club Al Ahly? That's what everybody's asking now. Why would the club with 9,000 fans? Man, how did Messi go from playing in a stadium of 90,000 at the Nou Camp and playing in 60,000 Park the Princess, now wanting to go play in the 9,000? What money can do? Somebody should tell me that money cannot buy you happiness. Just shut up. Shut up. Money can bring anything, can make anything happen. Lionel Messi's likely new club, Asia's most successful, were thwarted in signing Ronaldo because of a transfer ban and have an ex-Man United striker offering. You know what that is again? That's my own boy, the ever young, ever growing, ever scoring Jude Odoi. So can the Stars ever boost their lowly 9,000 crowd? Al Hilal are already the most decorated club in Saudi Arabia and all of Asia, but their global profile is about to go stratospheric. Okay, with the signing of Lionel Messi, reports in France say the Argentine World Cup winner. You know, I like the way they put the World Cup winner in every sentence that I've Messi in. Will sign a contract worth a staggering 522 million. Sure, that's not again money. Okay, with the Riyadh-based club when he leaves Paris Saint-Germain this summer. If the move is completed, it raises the intriguing scenario of both Messi and Al Nassr's Cristiano Ronaldo playing in the same city at little rivals next season. Woo! This rivalry is going from Europe into Riyadh. But let's see what happens at the end of the day. Now let me start from the top. Manchester United fans, if you're there, let me ask you guys this question. So let me first play the scenario and then I throw up the question. So Manchester United, who most likely will be, taken over by Jimmy Ratcliffe, okay, which is very, very funny anyway. I never thought that he would be able to buy, but then now it's going to buy. People like my friend Johnny Gaffar would, I don't know if he's happy. I want to know your thought on it. My brother, my blood man, one of the few people who jumped on a plane from England, flew to Nigeria, and came to this studio when we were just dust, when we were just ground zero. I would never, like, his name would never go off my, it's written in the tablets of my heart. Like, that guy is, when God said to David that David is the man after my heart, that guy is the guy. Most of the books in my library is the guy. I don't know if he's watching this, or probably we watch it later. I don't know, but that guy, fantastic guy, like, great guy. Flew all the way from England just to come see us, and then took us out for lunch and spoiled us with food. And the guy was he's so nice, so humble, so humane. Chai. Dida Aguna, wherever you are one of my greatest fan that I have. And then there is Martins Chidozie, who flew all the way from Ohio to come and join me. I was still in Brilla at the time. He came and with his wife, and then brought us 4 Cleveland Cavaliers jerseys. I can't forget, that was 2016. I was still in Brilla at the time. Thank you very much for being people who, push me on, because when I think about all those kind of sacrifice that you guys made, the cost of flight tickets alone, and then coming from yonder to this side, okay, man, I'm not happy. But Dida is a Manchester United fan, and I know that Johnny Gaffer is also a Manchester United fan, lives in London, and I'm trying to find that. Ratcliffe, you guys live in the UK, so you must know some things about him. He's the owner of Nice, OGC Nice in France. You guys must know a lot of things about him, and he's also got investment in Formula One. Do you think that this is the kind of guy that will come into Manchester United and fix Man United and turn Manchester United into, because listen, whether you like it or not, City is a force. It's a force to be afraid of and to be worried about. And for as long as they keep being that force and keep pushing, Man United will always play second fiddle to them. And people say, they've not won the Champions League, they can't be talking what we're talking. Yes, that's how you say it. But then they'll go and win it, and then they'll win more, and then they'll keep winning more league titles, keep denying you that chance. And then, you keep going, you'll be like Liverpool. You'll not go for God knows how long and not win anything. So is Ratcliffe the guy who takes you people from this confused, discombobulated, mundane, mediocre state to the next level of greatness, El Dorado, to dream level that Manchester United and their fans are hoping for? Or there is another Messiah that is supposed to come that we don't know yet. As fans of Manchester United who protested, who say Glazer must go, is the Glazer going? Are you guys going to have Goodluck Jonathan to a Messiah, or you're going to have Goodluck Jonathan to a Buhari in your own situation? Is this change? I know that they sang a song, and a lot of people have sang that song. It was by Sam Cooke, but Al Green have sang it. Jennifer Hudson, Aaron Kelly. I was born by the river in a little town. Oh yes, I am. And the change go come. Is this your change? Is this the change that you people were hoping for, or and nobody? Is this the change you guys are hoping for? I don't know. How did Tottenham? How did Leicester? I like to come Tottenham. That shitty club. How did Leicester go from champions in 2016 and now they're going? Oh, look at Dida. Dida just showed up. He heard what I was saying. He said, "Thank you. I am very excited listening to you, and above all, meeting you and your crew during my visit, man. That was heaven. That was heaven. Like." I wish I could freeze time and frame that moment and put it on the wall and say, this guy, this man left the UK and he came to see us and not to get anything from us, right? Then he took us from here, took us to Chicken Republic, but it was like Charlie, those children in chocolate factory, right? Name anything you want here, I'll give it to you. Oh my God. I was pitching my guys. Come, don't go and form, don't go and buy it, don't go and buy full malu. Because sometimes, girls are your team, the way girls they shop. The boys are boys will always be boys, but don't go and buy things, and then this guy put his ATM now, and I said the money is insufficient fund and decline. We said we're not going to get money, so it's embarrassing. It's like, behave yourself, but it was nice. Thank you very much for being such a wonderful guy. Okay, so Leicester, how did Leicester go from that squad, that squad that had everybody and won the league title and if later won the FA Cup to what they are right now? And I'm talking about Leicester because there are 2 Nigerians in that squad. And it does look like the two of them will go down. And it also does look like there's no club that will sign them. In England, maybe they'll go to another league, but they might go and be playing in the Champions League, the Championship. And then, history now is beginning to pattern that clubs that have Nigerians most likely will get relegated. So people will start avoiding signing Nigerian players. I don't know. I'm just saying, well, Victor Osimhen won the league for Napoli, so that's a plus for us. But on the other side, there is the flip side. On the other side, I'm gonna sing my thunder. Yeah, Jesus, I wish I was a good musician. Oh God. Did I tell you guys that once upon a time in my life, music was my dream? Like I wanted to be a musician. I went into the studio. I went to record. I have a song that I recorded, but God never allowed me to play it on this my radio station. And I have a song. I went into the studio. I recorded this song. I wrote the song and I recorded. Even when I came to in 2003, 2004, I put a group together. Abu Suleiman and one other boy like that. I saw at Babish at the time. Babish had not turned into Echo Atlantic, or whatever they call it now. And we went to the studio and we put a song together. I was a producer. I was going to be the next Don Jazzy, or the first Don Jazzy before Don Jazzy came from. After Don Jazzy was still selling gala and traffic in London. And I was going. Music was really the thing for me. But then I think Spurs football took over. Football said, "My friend, come here. You're a fool. You are doing miserable things. You want to become." Agberu, you are gradually growing into Agberu state and thinking you are being a music person. Well, let me read some of the messages that you guys have dropped. It's Friday, so we're allowed to play. Let me tell you guys, it's Friday. We're allowed to play. If you don't like it, now if you don't like what we do today, excuse me. I will say it in French, excusez-moi. Okay, that's the name of Alibaba's radio and TV station, man. Excusez-moi. Yeah, Michael say good morning, Baba. Good morning to you. Johnny Gaffa say, morning that we finally been able to watch live after a while. Johnny Gaffa said the UK time change made things hard because of work. Usually I watch on my way to work. Yeah, you told me that. Now the show starts as soon as I arrive in the office. I understand. And then he blessed us with 5 pounds. No, not 5 Charlie. Now it's Mama. They used to be Mama Charlie. Now it's Charlie. 5 Charlie, not Ghana. No, use Ghana people are going to be thinking that it's your money that we're talking about here. People should stay in your corner where people give my sister rice, people like rubber. Okay. Hope everyone is blessed. Yes, we are. My Mike say plenty. Lot me. Say, boss, you they wine us. I don't understand. My church. Okay. That be he said, when I did Abracada, yeah, I too enjoy Bangara. Jesus, let's not talk about Bangara right now. We'll talk about Bangara right now. Somebody will have menstruation. Oh, my womb will shift. Let's not. My mom was like the best Bangara seller for, I think it was a 7 years period when my mom was selling Bangara. Jesus, the Bangara is the beans, the drum meat, the jolo, the intestine, the shaki. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's not go. See, I grew up in a food house, right? In a food house. We sold food. My mom sold rice for years. Banga rice and then coconut rice and then, Jesus Christ. There's only one person that I think cooked better rice than my mom. Mama Roberta Carey. Yeah, back in the day. That's that one. That woman jollof rice. Even in heaven, God will invite her to cook jollof rice. If not, heaven will contain us. She must cook jollof rice for heaven. Mama Roberta Carey. No. Mrs. Akari, no, you must cook jollof rice for heaven. There cannot be heaven without Mama Rebel jollof rice. All this one that Ghana people are talking. If you eat Mama Rebel jollof rice, Ghana people, all of now, if that beat tonight, I'm not saying so that they cook and say Ghana jollof. I don't even know why we even get into the conversation of Nigeria jollof versus Ghana jollof. Mama Rebel wins the World Cup. Just the way Ghana people agree, say we need to compete with them for music. There's no conversation. They're not saying they'll be upcoming. They'll be studio rat. We at the dawn. That's what it's supposed to be. But I think we send the wrong jollof rice to Ghana. That's why the conversation is there. My can say, okay, say plenty. What's it called? Okay, talking about Ghana. Johnny Gaffay say, but yes, I'm back from the travels. Good to have you back. Safe journey. Patrick Eromena. This guy, I could tell a whole story. I could write a whole book about this guy, how this guy changed my paradigm, how this guy made me, stay in this game as a YouTuber, and how he's been polishing me from behind the scene. Wonderful guy himself, and a guy called Peter. And the funny thing is, I'm not met them. But they've done for me more than the people that I've met, sat in the same room with, and eat on the same table. I'm looking forward to the day me, Patrick, and Peter will sit down and will feast over banga soup or whatever the soup is. But this guy, Patrick, is a pastor, so they fast so much. So you never know when you will call him and then it will time for food. Pastors fast too much. That's why I told my mom, when I was growing up, when they used to call me pastor, I told her, God forbid. Even if God call me, I will not listen. I will not be a pastor because my church will be the only church where there will be no fasting. If Christ have died for us, then Christ have also fasted for us. That's my belief. Sorry, I will write my own Bible. More than no verse. Fasting and I are the same express road. I mean, Mama put pikin. Mama put children in the fast. No, we don't fast. Fasting is not good for us. Don't be make I fat. I don't even fat self. I'm good like this. Okay? And I know how to cook. How can somebody else be cook the fast? If you're hungry too much, I enter kitchen and conjure something. Kosher rice, the best one, especially the one they use oil with scubia and those big crayfish. And it's always in the house. So I live in the house where there's always food stuff. So why would I fast? There's corned beef up there. There is sardine. There is okay, so talk about Patrick. Fantastic guy. Yeah, fantastic guys. This guy, Patrick and Peter. Like if you know that one of the things in this our business that is very hard is to get somebody who can convert your ideas into written text as a proposal, and then somebody will read it and like get attracted to it. This guy, if you're looking for somebody to write, but you will pay him, it's not free, it's not charity. Patrick, Romana, and Peter, the two of them combined together, listen to you to put it into a document. When you read it, you're like, you sure you go and borrow money to sponsor your own proposal because of how good they know how to put it. And they, in the process, they don't stress you. They don't give you all these, oh, you're a mugu. They listen to you. Jesus, are very good guys. Thank you very much for being there. He said, been a while since I came on live. Yes, I know. He said, Midstock and Gary. Now, highest. This guy, see, the other day I was trying to give my children meat stock and Gary or meat stock, and they were looking at me like I want to poison them, like I don't love them. My daughter actually told me that I want to give her poison. Hey, it was in that place that I knew and I'd gotten it wrong. It was in that place that I almost told my wife, babe, you know, she'll say we will do DNA test, but the pikin to resemble my mom. That girl to resemble my mom. So it would be crazy if I even say it. But for her to think that meat stock and Gary or meat stock and bread is poison, almost, put me in a place where I would like, and then the cost of DNA test is too expensive. I'm not that rich. Listen, one day I told my friend, Emeka, I said, Emeka, even if my wife bring another person to to my house, I go train her like that. Because that money where they say they go do the DNA test, I don't go. If I get her, I don't go use her to do one. No, it's just why would you go and pay money and then come begin to have a heart attack? If they were doing it for free, now I can't understand. It just be like this visa money. I hate her. If they deny you visa, they normally, it's only Japan that does it. If you apply for visa in Japan embassy and they deny you visa, they'll give you back your money. Say, take. When you don't go, they go tell the world, say, now your money will take build our country. Every other country, why would you deny me visa and still shop my money? You people should think about this thing. It's not making sense. I don't know what are the reason with Michelle. They call me, so they say they think like poor man. I don't really get money, so waste then the sweet. Even me no say waste like shit now and manure. They take out the plant something. So I don't just support wasting of things like that. I don't know if you are listening with me. If you are saying in the same traffic line that I'm on, please comment in the comment section so that we all know that this thing they pay us together. And some of us are talking about visa. Please, if you have experience about visa, share. There was a time my son was not well. We applied for visa, me and my wife and my son. Because I'm not going to go US. They give my son visa. He's 3 years old. And my wife, Agbalagba, they don't give her visa. America, what were you people planning? You want to kidnap my child? Did you see something in that boy that we did not see? You want to kidnap him. And then, because I don't understand. Now the boy have a visa. My wife no get visa. The passport is just there. I don't understand. But I know we've done the surgery here in Nigeria. We brought the people from that side, from Obodo that side, and bring them to come and do the surgery. But I'm not asking, I don't understand that thing. Oh. I'm sharing experience to this, sharing life experience. Oh. If you want, if you like, you not talk, you like, you not talk. Oh. Okay, so let's go to comment section. Now, people, people that they throw in comment, man. I know how they do like some of the show. Across the back, Semingo Bros, nice to be here. Very good. Steamable. Now, prison number be this one. Prisoner's number that be 26926. Oh, you have to say now prison number be this. 26926, estimable 26926. And you know, say recently people ran away, escaped from prison. Since October 2020, people have been escaping from prison. And don't go and put your number here and then I find you and say that we are afraid to an escapee. Please help. Okay, he said, good morning, Daffy. Good morning to you. Keep growing stronger. Thank you very much. I hope you're not an escapee shop. The head, Double X, he says, I'm with United. I strongly believe they are in a confused state with Sir Jim looking good to be winning the bid or owner or to own the club if the rumors are true. Me too. I think the same way with you. Marvin Creation, say good morning to you. Idafi Matches. This guy called my full government name. Anita is here again. He said, but when it finally happens, I will say that the ex-United players who has hypothetically criticized and the analogy of how the Qatar bid got their wealth is beyond me and it's obvious. Okay, Marvin Creation, he say you can't blame the girl because she's not in your generation. But I go make meat store that raised her father up become poison to her. That's I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong, Sha. Let me say I don't use that strong meat tico in talks to whether they sell for market soak gary well. It's called tico. Call it tico. Don't be saying strong meat. People will not understand. Say tico. Let the spirit of God guide. If you stay in that state, you should know the word. The word is tico. Say tico. Say it again. Tico. Next time you write it Tico. You can write it Tico or Tiko, but it's Tico, okay? But for you to use Tico so Gary, you're not going to beat you well. That's how you suffer. Okay, Patrick Roman has said Lagos people may not be able to relate with meat stock and Gary. And their mama they cook, then they wear meat. And then when they wear meat in Lagos, it's very strange. You're calling me put out your person. No, you will garnish it. You see, you have to flavor it. You have to do it like this. Before you put the water, you have to put salt, put thyme, put maggi, put some spices. When the Holy Spirit will be touching your head, saying, my son, go ahead. You massage the meat. You rub it. You do the things that you're supposed to do. Then you not put small water. If not pork meat, you don't need to put water because pork may come with your own water. When not goat meat, and the water is not too much. Now, say man go the strong, woman go the soft. Yeah, you don't know all these things now because you don't know how to cook. You just go and play ball, come back and just shop anyhow. You don't know how to cook. But if it's beef, meat, you do it, you do it well, and then you leave it there. You leave it to simmer, to cook, and then oh Jesus, the aroma self, like even God they appreciate aroma. If you really say it's like a sweet smelling aroma, the savor the aroma. So don't be looking at me like I talk too much about food. It's even God. God was angry when they give a rotten yam. That's why I don't take Cain. Oh, God for just overlook Abeltica. Cain for not be murderer, but God no fit take sour soup. Like the food where Cain offered to God, be like Omi. He couldn't deal with it. Heaven rejected that food. Okay, let's come back to the place that we were talking before. As Patrick said, morning everyone. Another under 17 said going under the Raiders. Sevilla don't make Europa League, Farmers League. Now them know. My market is say go kill me this morning. It's Friday. This is a Friday supposed to be like that. Lord Mayor says still where I did dream of now. That was still Yoruba people they take shop beans and we're going. Okay, that one is that they try for that one, but even that one self for I can't even talk about it. I don't take everything over there. More leave that for them. Lord Mayor say your voice it go shock for the song, and I know how to sing again. I used to think that I know how to sing until I discovered that Chris and what Chris, so I go use my rope timing. That's why I stopped. Eze Patrick said, I remember like 10 years ago when I traveled with my team to Oyo State. We go walk a long distance, they find better food. We will not end up with water beans and bread, rice, and stew. Be like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then some combinations that I've seen people eat in my lifetime. I don't understand. How do you buy rice? You can say, Madam, put noodles. No, put spaghetti, rice, so you don't buy white rice. Because even jollof rice, you can't say what I put here. You can't say put this, and then say give me bread. What's your problem? What's your special of suffering? I don't get it. Okay. Mr. Patrick said, pepper soup. I was hospitalized for 8 days when we got to Lagos. Okay, I get it. Let me say this weekend match upset good deal for one of the big teams. Okay, is that what the spirit said to you, or that's just you prophesying your own, trying to push it there? Because I don't know. Mr. Patrick said, but I beg you, waiting be the thing with Yoruba people and Agbo, every Western state where you go Agbo joint, make you run. Okay, I don't ever. So I don't take Agbo. I have maybe because I come from football, I have this thing that I've always stayed with me. Like if I do not know the dosage of the medication of a drug, like when you play football, they tell you all these things so that you don't go and do tests and then they now find something in you and then they ban you. That one the headline said that you are a druggie will just destroy you completely as a person when you know you didn't deliberately do it. So I've never done Agbo. You can't convince me. The only Agbo I've done growing up was that one that my mother would go and cut mango back, plantain leaf, shell leaf. I don't know if you guys know shell leaf anyway. One yellow leaf like that. Put that together in the pot, boil it, and then use blanket to cover you, and then they give you a cup to drink. That was when I was, my childhood days. But as a grown up, you can't even convince me to take Agbo. It's not possible. I remember when my son was born, he had jaundice. And all my 3 children had jaundice when they were born. I don't know why. We did all the antenatal. Like children from this part of the world always get jaundice. So long and short, first one, my in-laws, they came and said, hey, they would do Agba. Hey, no. Those livers and those internal organs are not strong enough for this your concussion. Don't go and give my children. Jaundice is simple solution. Put the pikin. This child needs vitamin D, sun, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We did this thing for 3 days or 6 days, it's gone. Don't come and do something yet. My mother-in-law didn't like it. We quarreled and I ejected her from my house. But the boy is bigger than me now. My daughter came to, 11 days after she was born. I flew off to Brazil, but I made sure I put the mark on the ground and the sand. When you marry, you set up the rules. Hey, tell your family members that my pikin, then they dodge from back, put tribal mark. Then they circumcise my daughter. All those things, I said it before they were born. I said, pass the message across. You know how they talk about the Bible? Write the vision, make it clear, so that those that see it would run with it. Don't go and say, I think, see, assumption is the lowest level of knowledge. And then for my matter, we consign me and my children, we need to assume. Even in school, when I carry my children go to school, I tell them what I want and how they should be. Don't go and use Koboko. See, there's a mark on my eye here. On my eye. I flogged me when I did primary 3. Almost blind my eye. And I don't, we don't do all those play of, don't come and use my children to do experiment, transfer your aggression, your husband break your heart or cheat on you, come and beat my children. Nah, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's come back to the messages that you guys are dropping. Let me hear, is it Patrick? No joy. Aaron Morris says, good morning, bros. Good morning to you. That could be a fish. Now bomb for oil rice. Oh boy, that for oil rice. If you sabi, plenty pepper so that the thing you're gonna speak to your tongue and your jaw and your esophagus. They clear the kata with it. Then your nose gonna run. Your head, if you barb skin, your hair gonna. That's when the anointing, that thing that happened to Aaron in the Bible, the anointing will be growing, pouring from up down. You'll be feeling it. What's the other one again? Maya Michael is saying, I hate when people waste food and others. I mean, like I don't understand the wasting of food thing. One of my friends came to my house one day. I was like, very hungry. So my wife do her food. He used it, I shop all the fish and all the meat finished, just leave the this like that. I couldn't stand it. Like, so it's me. That's why I told you guys I'm not mature. Class of Frank. This is the last time you come to my house and eat. Anytime you come to my house, even if we eat, you don't wash your hand and put your hand in my food. Don't try it. Well, like brothers, it was the best man at my wedding. If you come to my house again, don't come eat again from my house. Because we ask you just when you're hungry, you want plenty or small, you say you want, because we always ask. You know that thing that poor people do? You want boiled rice, you go boil rice full pot, and I'll leave you there. Why you full the pot? You say, just in case somebody comes. Somebody when they come tell you say they're hungry. If somebody come, they don't go boil rice, give them. Those kind of things I always tell my wife that poor people, if look at people come visit you for house, that time they want to use 10 spoon of milk to drink 10 spoon of Milo. Stroke time, maybe Milo got thick like a camel. Then that's the system I painted. One come my house now one time, like 10 years ago. Exactly that. Come is consider for toilet. I say you see your life. Something you know the shop for your house. Wait till you call you shop for here now, you always start. You see your life now. Die there. If you die there, we'll bury you for back of house. Okay, let's come back to the conversation. Uh Esoft Studio. I like your logo. I love your logo. He said America they cash out with Nigerians on visa. Man, the thing they piss me off. Seriously, they piss me off. And we're too desperate. Everywhere you look, so they're desperate to run, go abroad and do this. Ese Patrick, he says, sorcery, listen my story about Agbo. I laugh tire. Man, if you watch that full interview, and this old travels that we have gone around Nigeria, the interviews that we've done, man, there are some players that we talk to. I don't even know how to put it down because it's so long. Some is 2 hours. I don't know how to break it down, but we will try. We will try. The interview does not have a part where you would delete, so it's very, very difficult to put together. But we're waiting for the season to end because we'll still have some teams. We're waiting for Super Six. We'll do some more and then see how it goes, and then we'll start rolling them out. But I've had fun on my travels. Thanks to Cars for making that possible, and a few other people who supported it. And then we'll see how it goes. I think that I have found my real calling, and my calling is promoting the NPFL, and I think it gives me joy. That energy that I used to have back in the day when I was coaching a football team, I think it's back. I've not had that energy for a very long time. People thought what I was doing on radio was making me happy. It seems like I was a little bit depressed, but I just pushing it. But since I started producing the NPFL and doing those interviews, I think I found that coaching energy again. Like I always said to people, the best job I've ever done is me coaching, and I think I found that energy again, and it's just gonna be good. Okay, Johnny Gaffa say tribal mark in 2023 is wild to me. Yeah, but some people still do it. Okay, Lord may I say that Blessing Akabari case is being investigated. They say there is a foul play in our there is foul play from day one. Blessing. But when I talk, because she's my sister, she's my younger sister, so I try to stay away from it. And I've seen a lot of people say things like, yeah, I ask people, there's a Nigerian journalist, my former place of work, and he carried the matter for it. I asked her one day, I say, what be the drug where Blessing take? And he paused. I said, no, just tell me, what's the drug that she took? What they did was they found out that, this country is a country where they don't stand for their own. Nobody's going to speak. So let's just throw her under the bus. They were investigating somebody else. It's like what they did to Roman Abramovich. So because I know someone and the person is doing drugs, and then all of a sudden everybody associated with that person. But hey, life goes on. I think I love how she's taking it. I hate to talk about it because there's always going to be bias. She's my sister. So what do you expect? Okay, so I'm keeping quiet about it. Johnny Gaffa say, are people still doing? Yes, so people still doing. Henry Umoru says rice, spark, yam, and beans is referred to as concrete. It's for a strong foundation for the whole day, as hope for another food, no day to the next day. So I was told by one guy, where I see the shop, okay. I think you've given me a good explanation. But why put bread on top again? Add bread to that shit. I don't understand. I'm not gonna help me on the way until they select food, that combination of food. I like beans and plantain. I like rice and beans. You see, if food first of, if food too plenty, I'm off. The food just too plenty, like just pyramid, like Chido's Okoroji food. I'm off. I like, I could snack on food all through the day. Like, okay, I just take small. Like I brought berries to the studio. I don't finish. I like that's how I like to eat berries here, a little bit of this there, a little bit of that there. But I don't understand how somebody would. This mountain must be removed. What's happen? Then what feed you go sell? Just shop so that your digestive system will not struggle to break it down. Just shop small, and leave it there like that. Let me go back to Instagram, people. I know I've not read the transfer stories. I know. The ex-United players and British media can enjoy their British ownership in Sir Jim. That's according to the head. And then Akpaz Baba said, jaundice, now wicked disease. If original jaundice catch pikin, sunlight, no, they fit cure am. Sunlight, the cure am, go away, vitamin D, come up here. Now I the approval body give people. So step Monique, he said Elebate, I don't learn to Dicky. Nigeria collect woto for Burkina Faso. 2-1, not be woto now. 2-1, I just 2-1. I just sorry, I don't want to talk about it because I just sorry for local body. All those talk of science, information, and this. I saw his team in Abuja. I thought he had a good team. I just don't know what happened. Sometimes tournament comes and it don't. Which one is John this again? See Dicky. Dicky don't know what to be John this. You got children? You don't know John this? Okay now. Okay. Stepmonic say, how I have never heard about that sickness before. Thank you, sir. Jaundice, you don't know about jaundice. Akwazo by say no wahala. The sickness key 3 of my mom's children. When the child is giving birth to, the color of the children turns into yellow. In most cases, the child turns into an imbecile. Oh, that one is deep. Oh. That one is far. No. Jaundice. The jaundice is just for me like just normal thing that comes with whole, I don't know, China revolution, but this one with death not involved. So let me control what I say. But one man gave my mom an agbo recipe that kills that sickness from the woman's womb. When the pregnant woman drinks it, in the child will come out clean. African herb is key on jaundice. I agree, but giving it to small children when they just born them, and I don't know the dosage, I get problem with that one. Across the line, this is bros, I tell you, okay, go to hospital and see for yourself. Now, 3 of my mama children for hospital from too much. Okay, I don't know. This is statement incomplete. Marvin Creation is say, I don't think Sir Jim will succeed in the East B to take over the club. But that's the guy that the owners like now, the Glazers like. This one, I wish for thinking you do. That's the guy. That's the anointed head for the job. So as I round up, and then today, I don't know if you've enjoyed the show, but me, I've enjoyed myself. Let's talk about the transfer gist that we have, and then we can pack our bags and baggages and go. It's okay, Ajayi. I like that name. It's okay. It's okay. Used to be my cousin. And she died in a car crash in the UK. It was painful, like painful. We brought her to bury house, crying over the place. It's okay. Stepanik is only colagbo that me I did drink, but I'm not sure kids can drink it because it has small kind inside. Dicking. Are you sure? I tell you how they suspect your dicking. Your dicking is and they suspect him. Dicking. They drink what? Colado. Okay. I know they drink alcohol, but you can't convince me. First off, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't do those things. Those things are not good for me. All those things that one I say, if you take it, your bola will start for 4 hours. Wait, I won't kill my wife. I did drill oil for them. Hey, Manchester United fear they will fail to sign Tottenham striker Harry Kane, according to the story. Not be talking a natural hair, but Kai inside. Okay. It says Harry Kane, Tottenham striker Harry Kane this summer, with Spurs determined to keep the 29-year-old England captain, even though it would soon have just 1 year left on his contract. La Liga president Javier Tebas says that the departure of Spanish midfielder Sergio Busquets from Barcelona is the beginning of the path for the Spanish club to resign 35-year-old Argentine forward Lionel Messi, whose contract with Paris Saint-Germain runs out in the summer. I don't understand. This guy, he's so obsessed about Barcelona. I don't understand. Every single freaking day he's talking about Barcelona every day. Kolak for the other room. Oh, I don't understand that crap. Okay, Chelsea are set to put a move for Napoli's Victor Osimhen on hold as they believe agreeing a deal for the Nigerian striker 24 will be too difficult this summer. Thank God he's not going to Chelsea. Yeah, Belgian striker Romelu Lukaku 29 will return to Chelsea from his loan at Inter Milan in the summer and hold talks with prospective new Blues boss Mauricio Pochettino, as well as taking part in preseason training before a decision is taken on his future. I'll bet everything that I have that Mauricio Pochettino will keep it. Okay, Pochettino wants Chelsea to restart contract talks with 24-year-old England midfielder Mason Mount. That's for him to win over English media. That's political signing. whose deal with the Blues runs out at the end of the season. Chelsea will request between 30 to 40 million for Croatia midfielder Mateo Kovacic, with Manchester City interested in the 29-year-old midfielder in case they lose one of their midfielder, Bernardo Silva or Ike Gundogan. Aston Villa are in talks to sign, but wait, before we go to Aston Villa. Is Kovacic really a Pep Guardiola kind of player? Is he really that kind of player? I don't know. I am by on Instagram say, can Barcelona move for Messi, please? I don't think so, unless Messi wants to play for free. 69 Logistics say, please avoid Chelsea Osimhen. Marvin Creation say Osimhen should come to Manchester United for what he go play for Devils. What happened to Bayern? Please go to Bayern. Oh. Manchester United will go and play for how many years and not win anything. My United will go another 10 years and not win anything. Okay, my United fans don't want me to say that, right? Okay, so erase it. A cut, erase that part. Let's go back. Use your eraser to erase it. Okay. Aston Villa are in talks to sign Sporting Lisbon midfielder Manuel Ugarte, with the 22-year-old Uruguayan international having also been linked with Chelsea, Liverpool, and a host of other clubs. Ugarte's agent says there are a number of clubs interested in the player who he expects to leave Sporting Lisbon in the summer. Manchester United are getting ready to make a move for Everton and England goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, 29. Spain keeper David De Gea, 32, leaves the club. Okay, they are indirectly telling him, "Okay, you can leave. We'll get Pickford to go and pick up." Okay, Manchester United are interested in 20-year-old Netherlands keeper Verbruggen, with De Gea #1 status at Old Trafford club in that. Newcastle United, Manchester United, and Liverpool scouts have been watching this French centre-back Jean-Claude Todibo, 23, according to Fabrizio Romano. Okay, Argentine keeper Emiliano Crazy Madness Martinez is set to leave Aston Villa in the summer, with Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham targeting the 30-year-old guy. But please don't go to Tottenham Hotspur. I beg you in the name of God. Not because of your Arsenal connection, but you've been winning titles lately. Don't go to a club that will not win anything. But I think if you don't even want to move, you should stay with Aston Villa, because Unai Emery will take you guys to the finals of the Europa Cup next season. That's definitely. But then Aston Villa might battle relegation. Inter Milan chief executive Giuseppe Morata says he thinks manager Simeone Inzaghi will stay at the club, and added that 27-year-old Cameroon keeper Andrew Nana, who's been linked to Manchester United, wants to stay at the Serie A side. I don't think Onana should come to Manchester United because they will suffer. Okay, Aston Villa want to bring in Real Madrid forward Marco Asensio, 27, on a free transfer when the Spain international contract runs out in the summer. Arsenal are also in talk for him. Newcastle United will face competition for Paris Saint-Germain and Bayer Leverkusen winger Moussa Diaby, with the German club wanting at least 60 million euros for the France international, who's 23 years of age. And then let's talk about Arsenal a little bit. I talk about Diaby. Arsenal looked at Diaby in January and have also identified him as a possible target in the summer. Arsenal's targets are growing plenty. But that's Arteta and Edu's way of confusing everybody, and then eventually they will sign who they want to sign. Bayern Munich would like to keep hold of on loan Manchester City defender João Cancelo, while Arsenal and Barcelona are also interested in the 28-year-old Portugal international. I'll be glad to see Arsenal sign him anyway. Brentford won 40 million for in-demand Spain goalkeeper David Raya, 27. Everton have a strong interest in signing Southampton's Ghana defender Mohamed Salisu, 24, this summer. Nottingham Forest, an NPFL club that's playing in the EPL, will refuse offers for Brennan Johnson if they stay up this season, with Aston Villa and Newcastle among the clubs to have registered an interest in the Wales forward, who is 21 years of age. Norwich City are set to sign English striker Ashley Barnes when the 34-year-old contract with Burnley expires in the summer. Finally, as we sign out, Chelsea English defender Dujon Sterling, 23, not relative of Raheem Sterling, I'm not sure, is expected to move to Scottish club Rangers, the Ibrox club, as a free agent in the coming weeks. Well, that is where we draw the curtain on the show. Marvin Creation said, please, boss, stop that prophecy. Okay, stop that breakdance and hold this. Okay, the head says, God will bless you with that blunt advice on the Syria keeper who is wanted at United. Okay, let's push this conversation to a close. Thank you very much, everybody, for making Friday sweet and beautiful. And as we go, like I always say, be the very best of who you are created to be. There is something good in you being in your best element and doing the things that are right, things that help humanity get better. If all it does is put a smile on people's face, it is fun. My journey in going around the MPFA clubs and doing interview and seeing players tell me that nobody's ever come to interview them like this. All the interviews are always like they are quarreling, trying to extract forceful information, but somebody sitting them down and first of all taking hours to explain and educate them about the importance of these interviews and how they should look good, present them in colorful way, put them in a relaxed environment. He's never had that. It felt like they were abroad. That was good. And that got me great joy, got me very, very excited. I hope that I can continue it. It's expensive anyway. And that's why I'm running around looking for funds again to continue. But I hope I am able to do it. Having said that, thank you to everybody who's subscribed to the channel. Thank you to everybody who's commenting on our content, who's always on our lives. And thank you to people like Johnny Gaffar, people like Digital Alpha, who are always giving us money on the live. Thank you and God bless you. As you go through the weekend, may your dreams come true. May you achieve those things that you set to achieve legitimately. Yeah, I always like to pull that. People should do legitimate things. Have for yourself a wonderful day. My name is Daffy Matthews. So you love to come in the other on sports. It's been fun on the show today, this Friday. Let's do it again on Monday. Until then, may your team win and may your team escape relegation. May your team win titles that they are competing for. And the ones that are not competing, may you smile this weekend. Bye.